Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, and welcome to another Marksman in the UK review. And today I'm going to be reviewing the Last Night Optimus Prime Voyager. Shall we start by looking at the packaging? Because it's fantastic. This package is really nice. You know, there's really a great picture of Prime and the rest of him there with his sword. And there he is again. There we go. With his sword, and on the back there, why are they doing these kind of 3D renders? You know, it bugs me. Really bugs me. Just show the picture of the toy. That's what I want to see. I know the toy's already in the box, but still. Nothing on the bottom. Nothing on the top. You get the little Cybertronian glyphs there, which are pretty cool. Like the Cybertronian glyphs. You know, and that's it for the packaging. We're done. That's done. What more to say? Right, now this is obviously the important bit. Yes, the truck itself. So, this is obviously the not Age of Extinction, sorry, the Last Night Prime. So it's different from the original movie Prime in that it, you know, it's got the red and the blue instead of the more red and, you know, less blue from the original truck source. And it more, you know, that one had a more squarer front cab, you know, and the smokestacks out the side. It's a different truck mode entirely. But it is a really nice representation. Here's a new mold, which we're not getting a lot of in the Last Night line, so that's pretty cool. Obviously, his leader class from this line will just be a repaint of, I believe, the Age of Extinction, which is why I didn't go in on it. And I went for the Voyager instead. And I personally think the Voyager for Megatron looks a bit better than the leader class. So, you know, I like my primes to scale with my megs. You know, you have to have the two scaling. You can't have one bigger than the other. It just doesn't make sense. I would have preferred them to paint the hubcaps. That would have been nice. A little painted hubcaps would have been lovely. But they didn't. That was a choice. Get the Autobot symbol there, and another one around the side. You get silver along here, and right back here is where his shield goes, and underneath is where his sword goes. And they've done, you know, that's not too bad a job. Pretty cool. They've hidden him quite well, and considering, as I'll show you when the robot mode is, they've given him a very molded, very nice, you know, very Knight-esque, is Knight-esque a word, shape to his robot mode. And that's a lot to do when you think his vehicle mode is a box on wheels. So I think they've done very, very well with the vehicle mode. Let's give him a quick comparison. So here he is with the Bumblebee we got from the original Transformers. And as you can see, they scale quite well. I mean, I was surprised because the first Transformers in the movie Bumblebee tends to be quite a bit bigger than later generations of the Beameister. But I think that works. That works for me. I do have the Voyager, the original movie one. That's what I used to use all the time. But I think this makes a nicer kind of size comparison. When they do bring out the Last Night Bumblebee, the kind of updated version instead of just the repaint of the Age of Extinction Bumblebee, I think I will get this. I'm not sure if it replaces, because I do love this toy. It's one of my favourite toys, which is why you'll often find this in my toy review. Let's get out of the way. Get out of the way before I do like an whole second review. It's like pirating my review. Pirating my reviews, Bumblebee. And we'll go back to the truck. So that's it. That's the truck mode. You know, it rolls really well. And now we will get to the robot mode. And we're back. And there he is. There he is transformed. Sorry, he is a bit of a bear to transform. I had to look up a few things just to make sure they're in the right places. There are some things he does around his legs that are a bit of a pain. It's like 30 steps to get him from truck to robot. And I know there's a lot going on, but it's a lot to do. And anyone that knows me knows I had a very short temper with these sort of things. And this is a PG show, and I tend to swear quite a lot. So I thought I'd spare you all those gory details and go straight to boom, robot, done, finished, magic, enchantment, stuff. So there he is. So here we have Optimus Prime in his Voyager class robot mode. And we'll get really close up on him. There we are. And I love him. I think he's great. I think he is a fantastic representation of the movie Prime. I would have liked a bit more paint around the torso area. I think it could have done with a little bit more blue. Other than that, I don't have a problem with it. I know some people have complained about, obviously, this bit, the backpack. Not a lot you can do about that. I mean, you could probably, I don't know, maybe untab that. It's all bolted in, so that'd be difficult to do. So you could give him his more fluid night profile. But as I say, considering it's a Voyager class and they've managed to make sure that all of his pieces, all of his truck bit, all of the cab gets put into what isn't too bad of a backpack, I think they did quite well. I think they did very well for Prime. And as I say, he is a new mold, so definitely worth collecting just on the strength of his new moldness. So a word. He comes with some accessories. He does have his sword. I mean, I don't know why they went with orange. I mean, you would have thought that it would have made more sense to paint the hilt orange and leave the blade clear, this kind of greyish plastic. Because in the movie, obviously, the sword is silver, the hilt is painted. So I don't know why they went with this. That is a confusion. And it's very similar to, obviously, the leader class version from Age of Extinction. They did the same thing for him. And again, never understood the point. I hope that someone releases a bit past, you can get the proper sword in a nicer colour scheme, because you think they know what it looks like. They know what the colour's going to be. What was the orange freaking blade for? I mean, why? Tell me, Hasbro. Answer me now! Flabbergasted. Absolutely flabbergasted. Flabbergasted is a word. As to why they would choose to do that. Obviously, they run out of paint. You got your red, you got your blue. Why wouldn't you just... I don't know. But anyway, he holds his sword quite nicely. They've gone very knight with Prime's weapons in this, because he also has a shield. And again, the shield suffers from we haven't watched the movie and we don't know what his colour scheme is going to be, because it's blue. Why is it blue? They don't know. They honestly haven't got a clue. That's better. That's a better colour. Do if they had a tab on this side, I'd probably tab it in that way around the entire freaking time. But they don't, so it just tabs into his arm. Again, nice and easily. Boom, does hold this securely. And there we have our Optimus Prime all armed up and ready for battle. And like I say, he is very cool. I'm looking forward to getting others from this toy line and having a, almost knightly order of Transformers. Because Megatron has the same, kind of oval spheroid sort of design to him, making him look more organic than our, obviously, normal blocky Transformer compatriots. So yeah, he's really cool. I like him. I like him a lot. Right, let's move him over a little bit, shall we? And we'll get a comparison in. So as I say, I don't have Megs at the moment. So what I thought I'd do is bring in Galvatron. Yes, there's Galvatron. He's a little smaller. A little bit. So I'm hoping that the Megatron, when he comes out, will be about the same size. But it's still a good scale. It's not hateful. Move that over a little bit. They've got roughly the same sort of proportions. There are similarities between the two designs, between the two molds. So they look like they could be from the same toy line. They look like they're definitely from the same, universe and kind of thing. They've both got these flappy kind of arm dealies here. You know, they've got the rounded mould details, the truck cab on the back there, in addition to, as you can see, the way it folds up is Prime's doors fold in, and so does Galvatron's. So, you know, some similarities between the two molds, which is pretty cool, because, as I say, keeps the continuity if you have the Galvatron, if you have the Prime. A little bit closer because we're getting no detail here. Detail focus. Focus on the detail, please. One day, people, I will get some decent equipment, and this will look... I don't know why it's not focusing on it. Let's move Galvatron out and see if we can focus just on the Prime here. Prime target. See, there we go. Focuses lovely on Prime, but just doesn't want to focus on Galvatron. He's a Decepticon. Maybe it's a thing. You know, got something in their blood that stops them from focusing. Oh, it's dynamic. I love it. Look at that. It's fantastic. Just die on Prime. Freedom is the right of all sentient beings. Ah, no, don't go blurry now. We had something there. We had something going. Stop it. Stop it. Okay, move out. Yeah. Okay. Right, let's do another comparison. I have to start moving things around again. I've just got him into a good position, and then I start moving him around. Okay. So what I want to do a quick comparison with Steelbane. Get ourselves one of our other knights involved here. And again, it's a shame that they made Steelbane so small. I still think Steelbane should have been Voyager, because those two of the same scale would have been absolutely awesome. And in the movie, there's nothing to suggest that any of the knights are that much smaller than Prime. So I would have gone Voyager for all the knights, I think, because that would have been better. Because, I mean, you know, as I said in my review, Steelbane has a lot of detail, a lot of good parts about him, but he's just a bit too small. Okay, let's get him out of the way. Okay, and there you have it. I mean, as, you know, you've probably expected, and you've probably seen, if you're a Transformers collector, he is everywhere. You can pick him up in Toys R Us, you can pick him up on the Nintendo. I think both of those stores have him at a bit of a discount now. They've got him for about $24.95, I believe, in both shops. So if you've got either one of those, it's about time now to pick him up for cheap, because I think the next wave is due, and they're trying to get rid of some of these beforehand. Unfortunately, as happens with a lot of cases of toys, I think the Prime and the Grimlock have come in the same case shipment, which means if they want any more Prime, they've got to get more Grimlock. Unfortunately, Grimlock isn't selling, and why should he? He's just a repaint of the gold Grimlock we got from Age of Extinction. No change, no difference. And in fairness, they did a lot of Grimlocks for that movie. You've got the Leader Grimlock, the Voyager Grimlock, the Legends class Grimlock. You know, you have Grimlocks for days. So why you'd want to go out and buy another Grimlock that has a silver colour scheme is beyond me, and I don't think a lot of people are. Obviously the Prime, brand new mold, fantastic looking, and if you didn't manage to get hold of the leader classes for the previous movie, and you're not planning to buy the leader class for this movie, he makes a fantastic Prime for your collection. And I love him. I think he's one of my favourite incarnations of Prime from the movie series. Don't get me wrong, love the original toy and what it did and what it was, but this is a fantastic representation. They really did well, apart from the sword. I might paint him. So there we are. He looks fantastic. He looks great. He's awesome out of the box. If you have the money, if you have the time, if you're looking for a Prime, this is definitely a great one to pick up. Okay, well that is it. This is Marksman from Marksman in the UK. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you next time.